Our Nation, it's time for our Getting to Know Your Red Black segment. Today, number 13, Punter Richie Leone. Paisan, ¿cómo está?
Bien. ¿Y tú?
I grew up in Little Italy.
Okay.
That's as good as it gets. There are two types of people in the world, punters and those who want to be punters. Is that a fair assertion?
I think that is absolutely a fair statement. I think it's correct. I think everybody wants to be a punter. Everybody wants to be a kicker until the time comes to be a kicker.
Yeah.
To be under pressure.
Actual game day.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everybody's a great punter. If you don't know, for the most part, the day before a game on the road, when the footballs are out there, everybody becomes a punter.
Yeah, we try to stay away from that, but to avoid injury. But there are guys that like to come out here and try to boot the ball around and say, "Hey, watch this, watch this." Some people have some natural skill. Yeah. But the coordination's not there.
Grew up in Roswell, Georgia, not Roswell, New Mexico.
The original Roswell.
You're the original Roswell,
Absolutely.
Georgia? Tell me about growing up there.
It was a great place to grow up. Suburb of Atlanta. I played for some really I had so many great mentors and supporters and coaches throughout the youth program up into middle school and to high school, people that I'm still in touch with today, and I'm just a product of everybody who's really helped me along the way.
You look like a pretty athletic guy. Tell me you played another position besides punter in high school.
I played a little receiver, played a little quarterback, but when I got to 11th, 12th grade, it was all punting and kicking because I started to get looks from colleges to do that, and that's something that I wanted to pursue.
Were you a soccer guy as well then?
When I was younger, I stopped playing in 9th grade. Okay. But I played very competitively soccer 6th, 7th, 8th grade, all the way, even before that too.
What's the difference game day mindset for a punter or kicker versus a receiver, quarterback, linebacker? Because I've always argued there's more pressure on the kicker because you might have 5-6 plays in a game, whereas other positions you have 30, 40, 50 plays in a game.
Yeah, exactly. You got to make your reps count. You never know. You never know what it entails, right? Football, you go out there, you're putting it all on the line. You're on this edge of uncertainty. You don't know what to expect, but you got to be prepared. And as I've gotten older, I've gotten better with the mental stuff and staying engaged and things that are beneficial to me rather than worrying about what's really going on in the field. I really need to be more internal and focused on that.
Is that the key, is to not complicate things, get away from the complication? Because I remember my rookie year, I'd get here 3 hours before a game, and I was worried more about the things that would mess up versus the things I'd do well. And over time, over 2 years, and develop some veteran savvy, you realize that you have to focus on what you do well and get away from the fear of failure.
That's definitely a part of it, and it takes maturity and experience to get to that level. But for me, it's not so much that, it's just not worrying about the really small, minute details, because punting and kicking, there's so many small, minute details that add up into what we do. So out there, you can't really worry about, I need to extend my arm, I need to take shorter steps. You really just need to have a good flow. That's what I found that is beneficial for me.
So the family, the Leone family, brothers, sisters? 2
older sisters, one in New York, one in San Francisco. Mom and dad are in Florida. Living the dream,
retired.
But they get up to games though, and even my sister from New York, she was up for the last home game against Toronto.
For you, the opportunity to play in the CFL, you obviously didn't grow up going, someday I'm going to get to Canada and play up north. What's this experience been like for you?
Well, it's been a kind of a theme of my life, is to expect the unexpected. I didn't know much about the CFL coming out of college, and but when I had an opportunity, I took it, and Wally Buono gave me an opportunity, and I really fell in love with Vancouver. I fell in love with the people, getting to travel to each different city and seeing the culture and the fandom and all that great stuff. I'm very thankful to be here, and I take a lot of pride in being a part of this great game.
What's Richie going to do when he leaves this game?
I don't know yet. I've messed around with some pilot stuff. Okay. But that's a long road. I'm a little bit older now, so I don't know. Some in business. I hope the right person sees this. Then they need to hire me.
What would you want people to say about you when this is all done?
I think what guys would say about me right now is that I'm a goofball in the locker room, but when I get on the field, I mean business, and that's what I'm all about.
Pre-game meal?
Nothing. I don't. When I took number 13 here, I did away with all superstitions. I used to be very superstitious, and then when I took 13, I was like, I'm done with all superstitions. So just whatever's out there.
You and I share a common denominator then, because I wore 17, but a veteran, I left and signed with another team, came back, And a veteran had 17, so I wore 13 as well.
Nice.
And I punted in college, and
We got a lot in common.
it's like we're separated at birth, the Corsican twins.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Richie Leone, punter for the Ottawa REDBLACKS. This is your segment called Getting to Know You, and I appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.